This is our second interview in a set, hopefully, that will include many of our local smashers. So we're just going to ask you some questions and hopefully learn a little bit about you. Okay, so let me just get into the questions. The first question, tell all of our viewers your name and where you're from.
So my actual name and not
Yeah.
So my government name is Nana Ose Kojo Owusu Ajiman. But you can just call me Nana. Nana from Ghana. And what was the second part to that question?
Where you're from.
Where am I from? Well, I was born in Philly, but I'm a first generation Ghanaian American or Ghanaian, however it's pronounced. And I spent the first, I was born here, but then I spent a couple years in Ghana, and I started going to school over there. And then around age 4 or 5, it's all right, let's go to America and start
Cool.
life in school. But yeah, it's right on the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay,
And
cool.
my mom's side of the family, they live in the capital,
Mm-hmm.
which is Accra.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my grandma, she lives right next to the beach. So
That's awesome.
when my mom turned 50 around Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
we all went over there, and it was the first time I've been there since 1999.
Wow.
So when I went there, everyone was like, "Oh, you're so much bigger." I was
Aw.
like, "Oh, no, you're not fat anymore. Oh, all this.
That's
You
great.
look just like your dad." And
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
my mom, she had her birthday celebration right on the beach.
That's
And
awesome.
It was really chill.
That's really cool. More Smash related. How did you when did you first start playing Smash? How did you get into it?
So I just not most, because the new people in the scene are all babies, but
Yeah.
I guess people our age, I started playing when it came out in '99. I
Right.
remember I saw the commercial for it
Mhm.
when Donkey Kong, Mario, Yoshi, and Pikachu were just running in the gardens, and they just started beating each other up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I want to play this game! Mommy, give me this game!" And I think I was 6 when it was released, so I just played it a bunch. And then when Melee came out, I got that too. That's one of the few games I actually got on my GameCube,
Mhm.
and I had Melee since I was 10, which was in 2002.
Yeah.
And I would play with a bunch of my friends who also played games, but I didn't start playing competitively until pretty much April, when they had AEX7 in Monton, PA.
Mhm.
And I had a friend in college his name was Andy Beers. If I ever get famous, this is a shout out. But yeah, he's in Allentown, and he was like, "Hey, Nana, you want to come check out this tournament?" And at the time, I really didn't play
Yeah.
Smash like that, so I was like, "Oh, I don't want to get bodied,"
Yeah.
but we just went anyway.
Yeah.
Then we did doubles in Melee, and I got washed.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And I was like, you know what? Let me play Smash 4 since this is new, and I did well in that tournament.
That's awesome. So, how about your friends and family? Do they know about your interest in the game? How do they feel about it?
So my dad, when I was whenever as of late, I would try and come out and hang out with you guys.
Mhm.
He'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" It's what do they do as work? I'm like, "Oh, they have a house, so they do something. They're just gonna go play games." And it's why do they have all those tattoos and stuff? They look shady. It's Dad, don't. I've hung out with a lot worse people in college. We're playing video games, and it's "Oh, video games are gonna take you anywhere."
Oh, yeah.
It's we're just playing fun. We're gonna go to Ghana in a week. Let me
Yeah.
just enjoy myself now.
Yeah.
And my mom, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you're not getting shot.
Yeah.
So yeah, my dad's whatever about it. And
Yeah.
some of my friends, they're "Oh, that's cool," and a lot of them are "Oh, you play Smash," and these are the same people that play League.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sitting around just clicking the mouse or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know how League is, so there are probably gonna be a bunch of people in the comments that are
Why hate on League?
It's it's whatever. But yeah, some of my friends are "Oh, that's cool," and the rest are "Why are you playing video games?"
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't really understand that there's an actual competitive community.
Yeah.
It's like a thing. It's not really just like,
just messing
whatever.
around.
Yeah. How about like other people in the community? Are there any smashers that you look up to or that have inspired you in any way?
I like PPMD. He's probably the one who I look up to the most, even though he like struggles with like his depression and just all sorts of like other personal things. He still can place well, and he still has a positive mindset about Smash. Because not only do I respect him for his skill in the game, but also him like coaching people.
Yeah.
Because he's very accessible on Twitter and Reddit especially.
Yeah.
And he like makes posts about having like a proper mentality, because he'll talk about earlier in his like lifetime in the game, whenever he would like lose to people that he didn't think that he should be losing to, he would get like really mad and just upset, which is human.
Right.
But now he just accepts it as like, hey, I made a bad choice.
Right.
Or the other player just got me.
Right. How about some of the tournaments you competed in? What are some of the? I know it's only been April, but what are, besides our tournaments? What other tournaments have you gone to? Anything crazy happen? Did you place in any of them?
The only other tournaments besides the AEX one was like just one that was like held at Drexel, but they didn't have a lot of space, so the organization was kind of funky. But I don't know. And there was another one where first place was like a lead, but got way too nervous just trying to because it was like single elimination.
High pressure.
And the guy who I was playing against, we both were at like the set game, and we both were at like our last stock, and we were both like deep in the red percentage. And my like hands were shaking, and like this guy like he's like doing like moonwalking and all this like weird stuff with Falcon that I didn't think he could do in Smash 4. And we were at like Town and City, and we were on the platform, and he like tried to like hit me with the knee, and I like blocked it. I grabbed him, and I remember Juan was like, "Oh, if they're at high percentage, just back throw them." And I back threw him, but he didn't die. And like the people behind me were like, "Why didn't you throw him up?" Because Town City has a low ceiling. And I'm like, "Guys, I don't own this game. I'm just doing stuff." So yeah, so it was all positive.
Yeah.
Besides, like kids like not showering.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a real thing, because you get up, you brush your teeth, you poop, you shower.
Right.
But these kids just get up and like, all right.
Ready to
go. It's like, wait, you're gonna be out all day. Like, no.
There needs to be deodorant in this equation.
Yeah. Something. But besides that, every tournament that I've been to, it's really chill. Nothing crazy happening.
Pick a side. Smash 4 or Melee.
Okay, so even though like Smash 4 is the one that like I can do best in, because it's like really accessible. For that same reason, there's a lot of stuff that just happens like with people like Moosh who've been playing competitively for a decade. He could just get lamed out by some kid that was like, "Oh, let me like pick custom villager," and just make it not fun for anybody. And yeah, I don't know. I just like Melee more. Like, even though I'm terrible at it, like that game, it rewards people that put in the time to be good at it. And because you have, like, besides the whole like random tech, like wave dashing and L canceling and shield dropping and all that stuff, I feel like there's a lot of depth to it. Where like in this game, like granted, it's not even been out for a full year, so there's still like a lot of stuff that can be found in it. But in Melee, like if you put in the time to be good, like it's gonna be hard, especially because you have people that have been playing it for like a decade and a half. But if you just put in work, you can be good, and you won't come across situations that you can commonly find in Smash 4 where like someone who doesn't even play the game can just come in and just use exploits to get an unfair advantage, or just like slide in through the neutral game.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, let me use Wind Kong, or like let me do the Pikachu Thunder Wave Infinite, or just like dumb stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, I guess like even though I'm like bad at Melee, choose Melee just because it rewards like good players.
Cool. What do you think it would take for Smash 4 to get to that level where Melee is, and to get that popularity in the competitive community?
Just time.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it's a new game.
Yeah, I agree with
And
that.
people are still deciding like, oh, should there be customs on or off and all this stuff. And pretty sure after Evo, when all this foolishness with customs gets exposed, it'll probably be all the big tournaments will probably be customs off, like in CEO, because that was actually one of my favorite tournaments to watch recently, because you just see like a bunch of people that weren't relying on tricks to win. They were just, this is my character, this is their toolkit, and I'm gonna show you what I can do with it. And I mean, I used to think that customs didn't matter. It's like, oh, you could just dab to it or just like get around it, but no, it's really a pain, especially when there's like, if there's a big prize pool and there's money on the line, I would rather it not just be the random chance.
Right. Yep.
Or just nonsense
Yeah.
going around.
Yeah. Maybe more consistent without that kind of,
Yeah.
wrench thrown in. Some not Smash related questions. Tell us a couple of your, other interests, like other stuff that you do, you're good at, you like to do, besides video games and Smash.
So, in college, I started doing martial arts. Because I remember my first semester of school, college, just like with a lot of people, just like, oh, we just like, dick around and like whatever. So then, first grades weren't that good. So I was like talking to my advisor, and he's like, oh, you could take some like gym courses to like buffer your grade.
Yeah.
And I looked into it, and I was like, oh, you can like take judo and taekwondo in
Yeah.
college and get credit for that.
Yeah.
And I started doing that, and
That's cool.
for the first like 2 years of that, it was like a lot of fun, and like I didn't do anything martial arts wise prior to that, so it was like really exciting. But I met my my one friend, Kevin Shillo, who's like in Pittsburgh, and he was like, he's a really talented martial artist. Like he's been doing it since he was around 10, but because like his dad was also his dad was actually like gonna compete in the Olympics for wrestling like around 43 years ago, but he got like injured like right for like the trials and stuff, so he couldn't like make it. But his dad was like super strong and tough. Yeah. And then he made his son tough. And then I met him like through like the courses. And then my summer after junior year, we like spent the whole summer together just training. So like, even though like the classes that I took for credit, they were like really fun, but they were you only took it like two times a week, right? And you couldn't really get better. But because like my friend was like actually like a nationally ranked competitor, we just got up, we would go lift, we would go run, we would just beat each other up. So was it like in Kill Bill, like when she goes to like samurai, like you go there and like you have to like carry buckets of water and like eat rice with your hands? Was it like that? It was like that the second summer that we did. The first summer, because like I was like really out of shape. I was just like building like my foundation and like just even getting in like proper fighting shape. Yeah. So that was like tons of fun, and like it was still hard work, but it was exciting. The second summer that we did that, it was like, all right, now that you know what to do, we're just gonna make you strong or stronger. So we would get up. I would have to be at his apartment door by 9:30 on the dot. For every minute that I was late, he would like throw me on the ground. And I was only late twice. And you were never late again. I was never late again. I was only late 2 times that entire summer. But we would go eat food, and then we would like as we're eating food, we would like have like R&B classics from like the music choice
awesome.
playing, and then as soon as we're done eating, we would go run around Pittsburgh for about like 7 miles.
Wow.
And then we'll go back to his apartment, get water, and then go all the way up the hill. Pittsburgh is nothing but hills. It's terrible. We'll go all the way up the hill, and then we will like lift for about an hour. And then after about like an hour of lifting, then we would be in the facilities, which like one of the people there, he built like an entire like dojo there. Like you had like the mats, you had like the little block with the rope around it called like a makiwara, where you would just punch it to condition your knuckles. You had like heavy bags everywhere. It was like the paradise for martial artists. My favorite manga, number 1, is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's I can't even give a proper synopsis about it because it's like broken into like 8 parts, and each one is like radically different.
They're always like super complicated and
Yeah.
hard to explain.
But it's honestly, if I were to just even give out details for someone who hasn't like read it or watched it at all, I'd be spoiling stuff. So, but the most I can give about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is that it's this manga that it's still going on to this day, but it started in very late 1986. It's been like picking up popularity recently because a few years ago the first 2 parts of it got animated, and last year the 3rd part of it, which is like the most popular part, just started airing too. So now it's like now it's in the mainstream, which I appreciate because it's a really good manga and it's very influential.
What's your favorite non-video game artist and your favorite video game soundtrack or composer or whatever?
So my favorite video game like composer and all that stuff was
Nobuo Uematsu?
Yeah, Nobuo. I was trying to remember like the actual Japanese pronunciation and not like the westernized.
Yeah.
But yeah, Uematsu. He's like all the songs that he did on Final Fantasy, like that. Before, that's like one of like my staple video game franchises. Like I love that franchise.
Recently, the president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, passed away. Tell us a little bit about how you feel about that, and the influence that he and his work with Nintendo has had on you.
So yeah, I saw it too yesterday on Twitter, and like all the time when you see someone like died on Twitter, it's like usually fake.
Yeah.
But because I only follow Smash on Twitter, and like everyone kept repeating it, and people were putting up like little memorial pictures and drawings.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's actually dead.
Yeah.
And then at first I didn't know how to feel because it's like this is like actually like somebody who like made like an impact.
Yeah.
Like indirectly.
Yeah.
To like all of our lives.
Yeah.
And he's just gone.
Yeah.
And I remember like even these past couple weeks I was just like looking to like Nintendo as a company and all the little people that like help make these games and bring it to us, and like how like a few decades ago when he started working at like HAL Laboratory and how like he helped code Kirby's Dream Land and how he also coded Earthbound and Pokemon Gold and Silver, which is like my favorite game in the franchise. He made it possible to play in the Kanto region as well, because when they first did the Johto region, they used up all the space.
Yeah.
Because Iwata's a brilliant programmer, he compressed it so that there was enough space to put in the first region as well.
Yep.
And that act alone like made it my favorite, because I think I was like 8 when that game came out, and just fresh off of playing like Red and Yellow version, I remember like beating the Elite Four, and I was like, all right, I beat the game, and I was like, oh wait, you can go get the other 8 badges too, and I like, as a little kid, I was like, oh my god, yeah. And just like small memories like that. This guy was responsible for all of it, and like usually when people get in like high CEO type positions, they're just like, oh, they're all about the business. They don't care about
money.
that stuff. But Iwata, when the Wii U wasn't selling too well, he took a 50% pay cut just so that he could still afford to keep the developers employed
Yeah.
to make these great games that we play. And
Yeah.
people give Nintendo all sorts of flack for just little
All
things.
kinds of things.
But
Yeah.
whenever Nintendo releases a game, it's done. It's
Mhm.
finished. Whenever things get patched, it's because we wanted to add something new, or we found
Right.
like a small thing,
Right.
not game-breaking glitches like with
Right.
Assassin's Creed,
Right.
Unity, or Arkham Knight not working on
Right.
PCs to the point where they took it off of Steam so that you
Right.
couldn't even purchase it. And that never happens with Nintendo. Whenever they release a game, it's been run through quality control. Like, it does what it's supposed to do.
Right.
And that's the thing that I don't like about the industry at all today. Because back when we were kids, when we would play a game, we bought it, we beat it.
Right.
If we found out any like weird glitches, it didn't break the game. It was like,
Right.
oh, this makes like you can farm money,
Right.
or you can level up faster.
Right.
And we got like whole products when we
Mhm.
bought a game. Now, if you buy a game day one, you're stupid
Right.
because it's gonna get patched,
Right.
and there's gonna be all sorts of issues.
Right.
And the fact that games are even so expensive now, it's like, why?
It's
Let me just
crazy,
wait. Let me
yeah.
just wait. So
Yep.
when I heard that he passed away, just felt weird. Like
Yeah.
like when Michael Jackson died.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
Yeah.
this is someone that was always here
Right.
whenever we were like cognizant of the world and all this, and
Right.
you take people like that for granted.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And now he's gone. Like, you don't know how Nintendo's gonna be from now on,
Right.
because he was the 4th president ever to run the company. Before that, when it was like running since like the late 1800s,
Yeah.
it was kept in the family,
Yep.
and no one who ran it before him knew anything about game design or programming or anything.
Right.
When he came in, he made sure that things were like kept simple
Mm-hmm.
and just ran well game wise, so
Right.
that whenever people bought their games, they knew that it'll be fun, it'll be easy, and it would also just be good.
Yeah.
And now that he's gone, it's gonna be weird, because
Yeah.
now it's gonna be another person who wasn't part of the Yamauchi family that
Right.
founded Nintendo, and no one on this planet has the same credentials that
Right.
Iwata has,
Right.
with the business savvy and
Right.
technical savvy
Yeah.
to go with it. So
Who knows what kind
who-
of
who-
influence
who
they're gonna
knows
have? You know.
what's gonna happen
Right.
next, and I hope this really doesn't affect Nintendo
Yeah.
gravely in the future.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that you see in manga today, like when the characters like punch a lot, like really rapidly,
Mhm.
and then they'll do like little pummel moves together. That like all started with like JoJo, or like how like Monster of the Week type shows were like, oh, this episode we're fighting this guy. Like a lot of that stuff started with JoJo, and like I didn't like realize it or appreciate it until like I started reading that book, and I was like, oh, that's where it came
That's
from.
the influence,
That's
yeah.
the influence, and like all the, like the weird poses and stuff that goes on. Like I recommend it to watch it.
Okay.
Y'all
Definitely.
would like it.
We're like really been binging lately, so we're always looking for new anime to check out, because we can watch like 10 episodes in a row, like no problem.
Yeah, y'all would do it.
So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, hopefully with a job.
Good place to
money.
start.
Job, money, maybe if things cool down in America back here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Philly, but I want to like see other parts.
Mhm.
I was thinking maybe like the New York-ish area, but it's like really expensive, and
Yeah.
I don't like people from New York.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. And I was thinking maybe California, but I don't know. People over there are like way too chill and laid back.
Mhm.
And, like,
It's like the total opposite.
yeah, it's like because we've been on the like East Coast forever, and it's just like, oh, the weather sucks. Always grumpy about something, and then like everybody who I meet from California, they're all like, hey bro, what's up?
Right.
Da, da, da. It's like, why are you so laid back? Why are you
Right.
pissed off all the time?
Yeah.
We are over here.
It's an adjustment, I'm sure.
But,
So, if you had to vote one of the top smashers competitive, smashers into the United States presidency, who would it be?
Well, well, two of the top smashers right now, they're not even from the US, so we'll just X them out, but definitely not Me Too King, because he has all sorts of issues, he has to work on himself. Mango would be funny for like the first year, but then it's like, yo, you have like issues that like actually need like working, like the economy and like diplomatic relations with other people. You can't just go to like whoever's like running like China and stuff and be like, hey, fuck you, blah 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 blah. Food isn't that great. It's like, wait, can't do that. So
Can't solve foreign relations with the smash battle. It
yeah,
doesn't
no, that won't work. So I
If
guess the most responsible one would probably be PPMD, I guess. Again.
From what you've said about him, I have to agree. Sounds like he'd
Yeah.
be the best choice. It's funny because the last person we interviewed also said Mango would be their choice.
Yeah, he
for
would.
president.
He would. He would get the YOLO vote.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely PPMD because he seems like a real responsible individual.
Yeah. So PPMD for president.
Yeah.
That's your vote.
And
Okay.
probably Mango somewhere in like the cabinet.
Maybe he could be
just to-
VP.
Yeah, VP. Definitely. Make
Yeah.
things exciting.
He could be like, home security or something like that.
Mhm.
Just put him in a less.
Yeah, just like.
Okay, so the last real question. Describe your most memorable Smash moment. It doesn't have to be necessarily something that happened to you, but related to Smash, what was the one thing that's the most memorable to you?
So, what even like piqued my interest of Smash was the salty suite between Leffen and Chillin
Mm-hmm.
at Apex 2015. Like I remember after winter break, I was like back in Pittsburgh and I was just like messing around on Google, and it was like related interest, like, oh, the craziest thing just happened this weekend in New Jersey, and I was like, oh, let me click on this, and all this like smack talk going on, and I thought it was like pretty much like professional wrestling, like what is this? And I like clicked on the video, and it was the most hilarious thing that I've ever seen, because like before that I really didn't like look into anything competitive wise for
Yeah.
Smash. I just thought it was like, oh, people like, this is a game that I used to play.
Right.
This is cool. And the fact that Chillin made a rap diss track against Leffen, it was absurd. And then I was like, alright, let me watch him play. And then it was like kind of sort of not really close in the beginning. And then like after like Leffen was destroying him game by game, and the fact that Leffen was like self-destructing and just laughing mid-match just to throw the dude off. It was amazing. And like just watching that, I was like, yo, this is actually cool. Like let me like look at more of these like rivalries and just like people like talking shit to each other. Like it was. And then after that, that's when I started like actively looking at other
Yeah.
Smash things and other like rivalries and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly that helped lead me
Yeah.
towards being here and doing this interview.
Hopefully getting your own rivalry someday.
Hopefully.
That's awesome. So, tell our viewers where we can find you on social media.
You can find me at Smash_Ketchum_, because Smash Ketchum was already taken. And yeah, I like started using that tag because I was like, let me think of something like gimmicky so that if, you know, God willing, I actually do make it somewhere in the scene, it'll be like, oh, that's that kid with that funny like it stands out.
Yeah.
And it also helps because I like using Pikachu in Smash 4. And yeah, I think like the
Totally.
joke will be lost against like with some of the younger players.
Yeah, probably,
Right?
but
Yeah.
that's okay. They'll still think it's cool.
Yeah.
So that's your Twitter tag,
That's my
right?
Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for doing the interview, and hopefully we will see you. You know, get your own rivalry someday. Make your rap video, and that'll be you.
君によりなない抜き方よりに君で見た花の香り固めに結びゆく道あらばまた れる涙を止めそ加熱追い風叫ぶ静寂を壊す